Tonight I'm going to be doing something that honors my upbringing as a Thorvaldsen. A troll story. My dad, my dad used to tell me Tolstoy, not Tolstoy, no, something the Russian writer or whatever. Troll stories. Dad told me troll stories. Just call it an accent. He used to tell me this a story about a troll named Olaf. It doesn't sound very scary, does he? But Olaf was this huge giant, and he used to terrorize this little village outside of Bergen. That was the story, outside of Bergen. And you know, it's interesting too, because there actually is a landmark there called the Troll's Tongue, and it's this big, like, not a big jock, a big rock that juts out over the fjord, and it's called the Troll's Tongue. But that's a whole nother story. Anyways, but that's like somewhere near Bergen, I think. Anyways, and it's named after a troll, but not Olaf. So Olaf is this troll that used to bother this village outside of Bergen, and he was barefoot. And he wanted some shoes. So he would go to the villagers' homes, and he would lift their roof, and then he would look inside for shoes, and he would pilfer the closets. And no, he was not a cross-dresser, because high heels apparently didn't fit. Actually, none of the shoes in the village fit. He had gone through pretty much every house, and they had to all like build new roofs and stuff, and hide their shoes. So one day, one of the little boys, I think his name was Hans, but I'm not really certain, but we're going to call him Hans because I can't fucking remember. It was 50 years ago. So Hans, this poor little boy, he went back to his home after his studies, and his cottage was gone. And his mom was outside crying, and his little sister was crying, and his dad was throwing his hands in the air, and they were all very upset because let's call them the Svensson family. The Svensson family lost their cottage. My bags are in my eyes. Okay, so anyways, the Svensson family lost their cottage, and then the cottage next door the next day was missing too. And so now there's like two cottages. Let's call them the Jensens Svenssons. I'm really good with Norwegian names, aren't I? So anyways, so the two cottages are gone in the village, and everybody's like, what happened? So they decide they're going to try to find out, like, who this is falling down. My bags are going up. Okay, forget the tiara. I haven't earned it yet. So anyways, the villagers went looking for these cottages. You know, where the Svenssons and the Jensens cottages. But they go out into the woods and they find these trees that are flattened, and they find this muddy ground, and the muddy ground has these big prints in it, and the big prints in it, they're not like troll prints, like, because they're used to big troll footprints, I guess, and but it's not them. It's these big rectangles in the ground, and they can't figure it out, and then I don't know, I can't remember, like, a lot of things happen to villagers and things, but I don't remember those parts, because as a kid all I wanted to get to was the part of, like, where did the cottages for the Jensens and the Svenssons go? And so it ends up that this troll, maybe this is actually, he could have been on the Troll's Tongue off near Bergen, because he was sitting on a rock above a fjord, and he was wearing the cottages on his feet as shoes. So I guess the lesson here is that maybe like Bigfoot, we should give Bigfoot some, like, you know, like crates or something. And then he won't steal from the Jensens and the Svenssons. That's my troll story. It's a story about trolls.